You are watching In Conversation This Week with Miceál O'Hurley.
We're joined today by a delegation from Myanmar, many people know as Burma. I'd like to go to Tinzarzet first. Tinzar, please tell me, who did you bring with you today?
Hi, I bring Miceál, who is a strong supporter of NUG, and then Tom, who also is a strong supporter of NUG, and we all are the Burmese people in the island. And then I am the director and the secretary of Myanmar Family Community in Ireland, and I am a very strong supporter of National Unity Government of Myanmar. And we are supporting to get a democracy for Myanmar, and we are here to tell everybody to save Myanmar.
How many people from Myanmar, how many Burmese are there in Ireland?
There would be, I would say, about 200 people in all Ireland. Yeah, the population is not too many. We're not a big community, but we'll be about 200 people, I would say.
Are you able to keep contact with your friends and family in Burma, given the military junta, their disruption of communications and suppression of civil activity?
I would say you would like to answer it.
Yeah, but since the coup started, right, and the communication been cut down, and I last spoke to my mom nearly 2 or 3 months ago, because everyone is afraid to get a phone call or any connection from abroad. So we have to keep it, just as low as possible.
And I hate to ask, but these are dire times. Have you lost any friends or family to the crackdown by the military junta?
Me, of course, my friends, there are some of my friends where in there some people died fighting in the protest, and some people died when they are fighting in the jungle, when they become the PDF. And just yesterday I was talking to some of people I know, and then someone got hurt in his head, and I don't know if he stay alive or I don't know, so yeah, we've been lost in so many people. Yes, of course, yeah, there will be 1,300 people were killed within the coup so far.
When the military cracked down and took over the government from a democratically elected parliament, how many people have been killed or have disappeared to your knowledge, understanding that communications and information is spotty? To your knowledge, how many people are dead or missing?
Well, according to the APP, there will be 1,300 people. Well, this is it wouldn't be the exact amount. There are some people are not informed. Some data are lost. Because there is no mobile data to get there in the remote area. So as far as we concerned, as far as we can collect the data, there will be about 1,300 people.
And to your knowledge, how many are in jail?
Oh my gosh, it's over 10,000.
Yeah. 10,000, yeah.
Is that level staying constant, or are there continued arrests?
I think the political situation rising, as we know, is the arresting ongoing. We don't know how much will be arresting, and when and how. This is really unpredictable in Burma. Yeah. And on top of that, my own father and my cousin will pass away during the COVID time and also the coup time, because maybe the Burmese government cut down the oxygen plants, so he was lack of oxygen on the way to hospital, and he died. And my own cousin was on the way to a pharmacy, and then they thought he wasn't protesting, but he was getting medication for his mom, and he was arrested, and they killed him the next day. I didn't even get the body for him. So that kind of personal.
Yeah.
Tell me what daily life is like in Burma now. Do the people of Myanmar have access to steady stream of electricity? Is there access to food? Or are things fairly dire?
Everything is now at the moment sky high. The price are, that. So they are very expensive, everything. And then for the electricity, people are joining this civil disobedience movement. So people doesn't pay the electricity bill to the coup, to the Junta. And then what they're doing now is they are cutting off the electricity because people are not paying the bill. And people doesn't pay the bill, they don't want to pay the bill to the Junta, but they will pay the bill to whoever, to the elected government. So yeah, it is very high, very risk and very dangerous over there. They don't know what time the soldier will come into their house and knock the door and get anybody they want. Now, one of my friends, when they were, when people were peacefully protesting, she gave food to the protester, and one night, 10 soldiers came to just knock her door, and then she was hiding, and she is a single mother, so she lived with her only 12 years old child, and then she was hiding on the roof, and the soldier hostage her son to get her. So actually she was just helping, giving food to the protester. She didn't do anything wrong. But so finally she had to calm herself and she had to have her get arrested. She was in jail for 6 months. She is one of my friends from my school, high school. So, but now fortunately she got out now a while ago, like 2 weeks ago I would say. And then I think they have a tail on her. But they think if they do this, they think they can make people stop doing this. Actually, no. The more they do horrible thing, the more we want to eliminate them.
Here in the West, we hear a lot about hybrid warfare, using media, disinformation prior to a military assault. It's a very lethal form of warfare because it turns allies against each other and alienates people from their former passions and links. Aung San Suu Kyi was a revered leader. I know that the military regime spent about 2 years degrading her public image prior to launching the coup. Here in Ireland, there was some talk of revoking awards, as there were elsewhere in the world. What happened to her? Where is she today?
Yeah, as you know, Aung San Suu Kyi used to say she has authority, but she has no power. But I'm sure you're aware for any government term, you need just at least 1 or 2 terms to run the country properly. But we are very young, not even 2 years' time, and then the country is getting about to get into the democracy route, and then the government, the military regime started systematically take down our reputation. So I think that's it's not very approachable for us. I mean, we try to raise awareness. Also, people in Ireland just to show that Aung San Suu Kyi is trying her very best to save the country. But the next term, we're just waiting for the next term, then you will see the proper running of the country. But she didn't get the chance to run the country properly. But even the first term, the government the military junta took her down. And I know she isn't very strong, stable. Her health condition is very strong. She's very hoping that there's a lot of Aung San Suu Kyi out there now, and also the many Dr. Sasas. Before there were only 2 of them. Now they created. There are too many people that can stand and work for the country, and they can also have leadership skills. That's also where we get the best from this coup. And I want to thank you for all the even in the 5 years time that we had the chance to freedom of speech and the freedom of expression that we had in Burma, which was amazing. And I thank you for that.
I want to talk about leadership in depth. There's a new leader who's been quite dynamic, not only in his charitable efforts in Myanmar, but in his work throughout the world. When the military junta took control of the government, he made a very forceful statement to the United Nations. His name is Dr. Sasa. In 2 minutes, tell me, who is Dr. Sasa?
Dr. Sasa, he is a doctor, and he is the humanitarian person, and then who is the in all his life, and all his life he is doing to save people, to promote peaceful in Myanmar. He wasn't the politic person before, but we inspire him too much. Like we inspire him so much. I mean, since the coup start, all his work is unbelievable, and he works tirelessly, and I know he is trying to promote the federal democracy in Myanmar. So.
And what is his portfolio now as part of the NUG, the National Unity Government? What is his role?
He is the minister of the Ministry of International Cooperation, and then he is the spokesperson of National Unity Government, and also he is the special envoy of Myanmar for the United Nations.
Is the National Unity Government the best democratic hope that Myanmar has to take back control of the country?
Well, the National Unity Government is formed by the CRPH, which is the elected parliament members form the CRPH, and then NUG, National Unity Government, is formed by this this parliament. So we would say at the moment, National Unity Government is our hope, and there is no one else would be as good as them. But when we have when we have our democracy and a federal democracy in the country, there will be another, there could be another thing happening, but we don't know at the moment. NUG is our elected government. Yes.
If you had 1 minute in an elevator with a government leader in Ireland or a diplomat, what would you say to them? What would you ask of them?
I would say to look what is happening in Myanmar. I would say to save Myanmar. I would say to listen to the voices of Myanmar people. And I would say to look at what crimes the Junta has been committing. So to support Myanmar and to save Myanmar and help Myanmar, please.
Yeah, and my take on that would be the Irish government and all the politicians. I know they are watching and they're listening. I want them to start taking action from now on. Because taking listenings for a year, there are too many deaths. We don't know how many dead bodies they want to see on the media on the ground. So that's already done enough. It's time for them to start taking action. And that they can go through the UN way or maybe EU way. I know whenever there's media come out, they just want to see, okay, we are there, they send a letter, a soft letter. We need strong support and action from them. Thank you.
To speak out about Myanmar. I think in Ireland, Myanmar, about what happened in Myanmar is very quiet, so I wish they could speak out about Myanmar and to show how they can support. Yeah.
Well, I want to thank you for joining us on In Conversation this week. I'm sure we'll be talking again. This is Miceál O'Hurley with Diplomacy in Ireland, the European diplomat. We've had our guest from Myanmar. You've heard from them yourself. Let's wish them well, and I hope everybody's safe.
Thank you very much. And can we say 3 finger, Hirobo, Aoyami.